Have you ever heard that little voice inside your head urging you to break a rule you know you should follow? That right there is the sound of temptation. Today, we are going to build a personal, step-by-step integrity checklist to help you defeat those everyday temptations before they pull you under. Right now, I want you to grab a piece of paper and a marker. You are going to physically write down these steps as we go. Mastering temptation is how you prevent your character from fragmenting. It is the practice of keeping your beliefs and your actions in one solid piece. Let's start your list. Look at this first item on the screen and write it down. Know the rule. To make good decisions, you first have to know your boundaries. To see how this works in practice, we look back to the beginning. God created the ultimate perfect environment for the first humans, Adam and Eve. It was a beautiful garden home, entirely free from anything that could harm them. They were given exactly one baseline rule to protect them. God said they could freely eat from any tree in the garden, except for one, the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. But knowing the rule is only the beginning. Look at our checklist graphic and add item number 2 to your paper. Spot the trick. This is where deception enters the picture. Among the animals was a serpent, and it slyly approached Eve. It whispered a direct lie, telling her that if she broke the rule and ate the fruit, she wouldn't actually die. Here is a critical point. Feeling tempted by the fruit was never a sin. Temptation itself is not a failure. The mistake only occurred the exact moment they yielded to the trick and chose to eat. Recognizing the trick is your primary defense. When Adam and Eve yielded, the failure transformed their perfect garden home into a harsh jungle world. Your integrity protects the safety and order of the environment around you. Now, check out the third item on our list. Keep integrity whole. This step shifts our focus directly to your internal character. The word integrity comes from the Latin root integer. An integer is a whole number, like the 100 next to this solid apple. But watch as we introduce a fraction. A person loses integrity when actions divide from beliefs. Their character is fractured. So the next time you face a choice, stop and ask yourself a specific question. Will this choice divide me into fractions or keep me whole? True integrity requires your outward actions to perfectly and consistently match your internal beliefs, without any division. Finally, write down the last item displayed on our graphic. Own it. This addresses what must happen when a failure inevitably occurs. After Adam and Eve ate the fruit, they immediately realized their mistake. They experienced shame for the first time and attempted to hide from God in the garden. When confronted, their first reflex was the blame game. As this graphic shows, Adam pointed a finger at Eve, and Eve pointing at the serpent, rather than taking personal responsibility. Because of their broken rule and their lack of accountability, the consequences were severe. They were driven out of their pleasant home into a harsh jungle world, their return blocked by a blazing sword. Hiding from mistakes and blaming others always strips away your remaining integrity, and it actively worsens the consequences of your failure. Look down at the paper you've been writing on and compare it to this final review graphic. You now have a complete 4-step integrity checklist. By relying on these written steps, you have the power to avoid making the same historical mistake Adam and Eve made. Remember your inherent value. You are wonderfully made with a distinct purpose, not just an accidental collection of chemicals. Take your newly written checklist right now and hang it on your bedroom mirror. Keep it visible so it's ready the next time temptation strikes. Consistently following these 4 steps builds a life where your outside matches your inside. This is how you live as a completely whole person. Have you ever